Hey everyone, and welcome to World Heritage Journey, where today we're at Bryggen in Bryggen, southwest Norway. Today we're in the city of Bryggen in southwestern Norway, which was founded as a port city in the 11th century. From the 14th century, the Hanseatic Trading League arrived and they developed this area known as the Bryggen, or the docks. They built these timber houses and warehouses that you can see, and the city is much as it was in those days. Let's have a look around. So the Hanseatic League were a group of German trading merchants that were active for several centuries between about the 13th and 18th centuries. They were based in Lübeck in modern Germany today, and they traded around the Baltic Sea and the North Sea as well, so this was a bit of a far-flung outpost for them. From here they would trade Norwegian fish products with grain from Central Europe. So the buildings that you can see behind me are what's known as Schatztue, and they're very important here in Bryggen. These are assembly houses for the Hanseatic League merchants, but they're much more than that too. They would also serve as schoolhouses, as courtrooms, and places for festivities. Now they were deliberately built away from the waterfront, though these ones have actually been moved here. And what I find fascinating is that these were the only places in the whole Bryggen district where you were allowed to have an open fire. Everything's constructed of wood, and fire was a constant menace. The red building that you can see behind me is known as the Finnegard, and unlike the house we saw before, which was a public house, this one was a private merchant's house. Inside it had offices, it had the merchant's dwelling, and it had dormitories for his workers to live in as well. There was also storage rooms to keep grain and to keep the codfish that was coming down from the north of Norway. Now, the building itself dates from 1704, and it was constructed in the style of the buildings that came before, because the previous building had burned down in a great fire in 1702, which actually took out much of the Bryggen area. Well, this has been a fascinating World Heritage site. It's been really interesting to get an insight into what life in the docks must have been like back in the day. The harbour here is actually not very big, and apparently in the height of the trading era you could walk from one side of it to the other just on boats without getting your feet wet. But that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Joel on the road, and I'll see you at the next World Heritage site.